So what if I told you that a single building could actually reverse a state's creative brain drain? Today, we're diving into a really fascinating grassroots proposal out of Indiana that wants to do exactly that. It's a story about a huge problem and an even bigger, bolder plan to solve it. Let's just start with a number, 67%. Now, what does that mean? Well, that's the percentage of film graduates from Indiana who pack up and leave the state within 5 years of graduating. Think about that. That's 2/3 of their homegrown talent just gone. So what on earth happens to a creative community when it's leaking that badly? To really get what's going on, our story starts in a place called Goshen, Indiana. Now, Goshen is home to a really passionate film community. They've even got the popular Riverbend Film Festival. So on the surface, you think, hey, this is exactly the kind of place where creativity should be booming. But there's a pretty fundamental issue bubbling just beneath all that energy. You see, despite all the talent and all the passion, something is seriously holding it back. It's keeping it from growing into something bigger. The community is vibrant, for sure, but it's also leaking its most valuable resource, its own people. And this, right here, is what we're calling the 67% problem. You might also know it as the Indiana brain drain. So let's really break down why all this amazing talent is leaving, because I can tell you, it's definitely not for a lack of passion. And just so we're all on the same page, brain drain is the official term for when a region loses its most skilled people. In this case, we're talking about filmmakers, editors, writers, you name it, all packing their bags and heading to places where they feel like they have more of a shot. You know, when you dig into it, the problem really comes down to a few key things. Creators are basically working in these isolated bubbles, cut off from each other. They struggle to find the right equipment or a good editing suite because all the resources are scattered. And without one central spot to team up, projects just die on the vine. So when graduation rolls around, a lot of these folks feel like they have no choice but to leave if they want a real career. And that, right there, leads to the most important question in this whole story. If you know why people are leaving, how in the world do you convince them to stay? Or, better yet, how do you start attracting new talent to come in? Well, the answer, according to this proposal, is something called the Hitz Media Lab. This is the blueprint. This is the plan designed to plug that leak and completely reverse the flow of talent. This quote from the project's founder, Idris, who goes by @RescueandJazz online, just sums up the whole vision perfectly. It's not just another studio or a rental shop, it's a one-stop makerspace. The big idea is to bring every single tool a creator could possibly need all under one roof. This one-stop approach basically creates the perfect workflow. The lab is designed to support you through the entire creative journey, from start to finish. You can plan your project in their pre-production suites, go create it using their studios and gear, polish it up with professional post-production services, and, this is the most important part, you can connect with other creators in a real community hub. This directly solves that whole fragmentation problem we were just talking about. And this just gives you a taste of what that actually looks like inside. Yeah, we're talking about the essentials: sound stages, green screens, pro equipment, editing suites, the works. But it's also got these really unique features like premium props and customizable sets. And get this, even Instagram-worthy photo spots to help generate buzz. It's like a creative playground that also has a retail space to help bring in tourists. It's smart. Okay, so a vision this big can feel a little daunting, right? But the proposal lays out a super practical, phased roadmap to make it a reality. It's all about starting small so you can dream big. And here's the really brilliant part. They aren't trying to raise $200 million tomorrow. Phase 1 is what's called a minimum viable product, or an MVP. The goal is a much more manageable $50,000 just to get an initial space up and running, and they've already got major equipment ready to go. So this first step is all about creating that launch pad for the community. And from there, they can build the momentum they need for that ultimate vision, a full-blown production hub that puts Indiana on the filmmaking map. So let's say this all comes together. What's the payoff? What does that future actually look like? Well, it's about so much more than just one building. This chart paints a really clear picture of the ripple effect. Look at that biggest piece of the pie, 40%, talent retention. That is a direct shot at solving that 67% problem. But it doesn't stop there. It's also expected to boost the local economy and tourism, build a stronger creative community, and really elevate the entire region's reputation. When you boil it all down, this is the mission. It's about taking all those talented people working alone in their silos and transforming them into a connected, collaborative ecosystem where amazing ideas and projects can finally take off. And that really leaves us with one final, powerful question. It's a hyperlocal solution to a huge, statewide problem. Is it possible? Could a single, well-designed makerspace in a town like Goshen be the spark that revitalizes an entire state's creative economy? Based on this plan, you know what? It just might.